Are you thinking about going no contact with your family? Stick around for the rest of this video. I'm going to try and help those of us that are considering it or are already in the process and have been doing it and want maybe some reassurance or some perspective on basically my view on it, and just kind of just here to talk about all things no contact, and the implications, and a lot of the manipulation involved with those of us that decide to do it, because it's not easy. It goes against nature. It goes against first of all, no kid wants to go no contact with their parents at any age. I think in modern society we like to, it comes down to different cultures, but a lot of people in modern society, a lot of parents, especially these boomers, have this idea of like once their kids are 18, they don't need them anymore, and it's just time for the golden years, and that's not how it is. And to go no contact, I'm gonna set up this video in a way that is, I want to honor the people that choose to go no contact, even if it's not for life, if it's for extended periods of time. Like, you're doing the right thing most of the time. It's the sickest thing ever when parents use their own children as supply, i.e., they, whatever, selfish, narcissists, toxic in any way, and they don't want to look at themselves. It really just comes down to that. Immature parenting, an unhealthy relationship. Whatever it is going on with your parents, to the extent that they expect you to chase them, to the degree that they expect you to chase them for love, is sick. That is backwards. You are not their parent. They are your parent. And by going no contact to protect yourself for as long as you need to, there's no time frame. You have to protect yourself first. So this video is basically to help validate and basically reassure people. It's very personal, so I don't want to tell you what to do. This is probably the hardest topic to speak on, because I can't. It's very personal. It's one of the most personal things someone can do, is to decide not to talk to their parents or like immediate family, right? But again, it doesn't. No one wants to do that. So I think it's really messed up when people, especially strangers, trying to tell people that that's your mom, that's your dad. It's pure projection. Whenever you hear that, I would say almost 100% of the time, especially if they don't know you real directly, but even if they do, especially if they do, maybe actually, because your own parents, people in your indirect family, friends, they don't know how you feel. They don't know what it was like for you. Like, they don't know the whole, you are you. And this is like kind of the whole mess of enmeshment and like emotional incest with these unhealthy family dynamics, is like, it's hard to kind of think for yourself, and people, at best, they're trying to help and they're just projecting and they're not helping. At worst, they're straight up gaslighting you as a family member that doesn't actually want, whether they know it or not, they do not want you to heal. There's deep psychological wounds in people in society today, and there always has been, but specifically with parents that don't want their kids to heal. That's as sick as it gets, as far as I'm concerned. If they don't want you to heal, because then it sheds a light on their illness, their selfishness, their blinders, their darkness, and F that. You didn't ask to be here. So, and that's sick. How sick is that? You feel bad for the way they look at the world, the way they look at you, their selfishness, their delusion, their gaslighting nature, all this toxic crap, and you're like, oh, we make excuses for these people. And again, it happens at different times for different people. It's never too late. I would argue even the last year of your life, but you never know when it's going to end. So it's never too late. It's better to live healed than in pain and making excuses for these people. It's just, and that's the thing. It's not easy, but I would say it's definitely better to do the work, and do not feel guilty for doing the work, healing, and going no contact for as long as you need to. If it's for life, it's for life. These people do not get to like breadcrumb you your whole life. They do not get to like use your need for love and your against you, a need that they instilled in you, and now they're using it against you. They don't get to do that. That is evil, in my opinion. And this is what I'll say is, the caveat to don't let them gaslight you into making you feel bad, because you're doing the most honorable thing that I believe a person can do. Is effectively you are stopping, you are putting to an end to the family abuse cycle. Whether it's narcissism or whatever the toxic dynamic in your family that to you is unacceptable, to you you've had enough of, to you it's enough's enough. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's another thing. That's the reason I'm making this video. Objectively, never been lonelier, but inside, feel pretty good about myself. That's pretty powerful. And again, I think there's talk about being a chosen one. I don't look too much into it, but it pops up on my algorithm. But for me, it's the person that breaks the cycle. You know? No one likes that person, because then people are forced to look at themselves. Again, it took me a long time to realize that. I had people hate on me and just I didn't do anything to them. And if you're doing the work, you're doing the right thing. And it's not selfish to focus on yourself. These people are sick. They are leeches, and your life is going to be so beautiful after the work has been done. It's a constant thing. Life is, there's always going to be things, but it's the framing, right? The ability to not absorb. To me, that's the biggest thing. Toxic people want you to absorb their pain. They want you to absorb and react. And of course, people with empathy and, scapegoats in their family think that that's virtuous because they're so used to doing it. You're probably, a punching bag. You're in this video, you're doing the work. There's a good chance that you're not the problem. You just got gaslit. And yeah, being able to not absorb other people's crap is a game changer. Differentiation, or more recently, self-differentiation. Oh yeah, individuation, or more recently, self-differentiation. Essentially, any of these concepts, it's very profound for me, is just essentially being you and having a sense of self, becoming who you're always meant to be, and truly not caring what anyone says. about that. And not in a way that, you know, is like, it's truly, when you truly know yourself, it's beautiful, because a lot of these toxic dynamics it comes down to a lack of self, a wounded inner child that hasn't healed, you know? Yeah. And it's way easier to not look into this stuff. So you're in this video, you're doing the work. I applaud you. And again, grace is the name of the game. There's plenty of situations where you might backslide, and give yourself grace, you know, understanding what it is, and then continue to do the work, continue to try and act in the right direction. Don't give up. Anyway, went on a little bit of soapbox a little bit. You know, these are these videos for me, just kind of spitballing, talking to you. But yeah, if you're going no contact with your family, it's very personal, and it's very difficult to do, and obviously it's probably the hardest thing you'll ever do. But as long as you need to, you know, the last thing you want is to go back too soon when you haven't done the healing, you don't have the systems in place, you don't have the neutral party, whether it's a therapist or a really genuinely very genuine friend who knows you and knows your family. You know, if you don't have these systems set up and tools, it can be very brutal to, you know, you can instantly go back. That's what they want. They want you to go back to where they wanted you. They want you to play your part in the system. Otherwise, they would have changed. If they want reciprocity, the ball's in their court. But that's the thing that is probably the hardest to come to terms with, is that, and that's when I think the real healing begins, is when you can accept that they, or at least toy and consider the possibility, just considering the possibility that they will not change. Just that idea alone is heartbreaking. But often that is the crossroads between, it's once you've gone to the other side, it's when you come to terms with that these people, and that's part of narcissism, is as long as it's working, you know, the cluster B personality disorders, as long as it's working for them, that's how lack of empathy works. If it's working for them, right, then it's working. And that's why it's up to the person. You're not responsible for anyone else's healing. That is up to them. So, again, you're doing the work. I applaud you. No contact is very personal, and I'm just making this video to try and maybe, again, you know, it's not easy. So, my hat goes off to you. I'm not taking it off though, but I'll pull my hat for you. I'm pulling my hat to you. And stay strong, and see you in the next video. Post below if you want a specific topic talked about, or if you you know, are going no contact, and you, to the degree that you're comfortable, you know, talking about your experience. I read all the comments, so that's brave by itself, you know. And please don't do anything if it's an account that someone can see you. You know, we live in a very weird time. People are all, you know, in each other's business. So use discretion that way. But we'll talk to you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.